Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast. The show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Iesha, Jimmy, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
All right, Ghani, my people, let's get it going. Good morning. Welcome to another live episode of, we are thrilled to bring you the latest edition of Habari Live, your go-to podcast for the post of Phoenix and beyond. As always, we are all the way live in Paradise Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. I am Damon Ellison and my co-host,
Iesha.
We will be your guide through the exciting stories and everyday happenings in your vibrant community, your weekly dose of inspiration, innovation, and insightful conversations from the heart of our city. But first, let's get it going. Yeah, man, today we're going to go into discussing the embarrassment of Pam Bondi. And we're gonna, just keep going into the deep dive into these Epstein files, and just keep looking at the things that's been coming out throughout the week. And you're gonna run a lot of clips while we're talking about this, just to let you guys, see how the things are working out, man. It's crazy, man, to see so many fighting for the to keep these Epstein files private, to see the politicians do what they have to do to try to get this information out here, and to see the gymnastics that MAGA is pulling, as some people who are being called out in the files. We have people who are pointing at Jay-Z saying, "Oh, look, he's in the files, he's guilty. Oh, look, Bill Clinton's in there, he's guilty." Everyone's guilty that's found in the files.
Except Trump.
He's not guilty. Like, it's a wild to see how they're acting, and it's crazy. I think it's really ridiculous. But this is what we're living in right now. We saw Lizzo try to say something. I mean, I thought that her analogy of using a stolen apple was bad. But I also think that, she was right in a way. No one's automatically saying that Trump is guilty. We don't know that. We just know that we need to find out more, because it seems like they keep trying to hide things. Who are they protecting? What are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it's about, man. Who are they protecting? The rich, like always. The rich get away with everything. Yeah, man, we sit around, all of us, we pay the price for anything that we do in our lives. You do something wrong, you run a stop sign, a red light, you have to pay fucking fines or go to jail.
Right.
These people are running a trafficking ring of young girls, and most of these people are getting away with it. Now we're going to talk about people who are a company that's running photos for schools. We want to talk about Lutnick. We want to talk about a lot of these people, man, that's been in these files getting away with it, while everyone in Europe, they're losing everything.
Mm-hmm.
We got to hold these people to account. I love the way they're doing Lutnick. We're going to show that video. We're going to show that, because it's definitely needed. And Lutnick, he's going to have to answer these questions. In the video we have, he ignores the questions, keep walking. He doesn't want to talk about it. But dude, we're not letting these people get away with this. And that's what they're trying to do. Now this goes, like they said, this goes back more than Trump. It goes back Biden, Obama, even Bush,
Mm-hmm.
where people were protecting these not people. Now we don't know for sure if Bush and Obama was doing anything to protect them, but we know that under their watch, these people weren't prosecuted, even under Clinton, because it's come out that They knew about it as early as 96 or earlier that these things were happening. No one's doing anything. No one's paying attention. People are putting in accusations straight to the police, to the FBI, and they're just putting it up and going on with their lives and letting these things go on. And we're going to talk about it some more. But first, let's get into what's going on for the top stories of the week. Let's get it in, Iesha.
For sure. School picture day, as you said,
Oh, shit.
is now being canceled across multiple areas amid the Epstein-linked investigation. School districts across multiple areas are canceling their picture day and launching investigations after online rumors have surfaced linking the owner of the popular school photography company LifeTouch to the financier Leon Black, who previously faced scrutiny over payments connected to Jeffrey Epstein. Officials say that they are reviewing the vendor contracts and safety procedures, and parents are being told that cancellations are precautionary, while districts are verifying the company's ownership and its business relationships.
Yeah,
It's
man.
kind of sketchy.
I mean, like I was just saying, people are going to have to finally be held account for the connections that these people have with this guy. Now, if you have now some people, he may have pictures with, but if you have things like this, dealings, when we see financial dealings, financial records of you guys having connections and things are going on, what are these funds being sent back and forth for? We've already seen a couple people step down, and he has he stepped down yet?
I'm not sure.
Hopefully
That's why they're
I think
saying
he did, but hopefully he does.
Yeah, I think he might have this week.
Yeah, I think he did. But these people need to step down. We're
Face
sick of
consequences.
it. We're sick of it, and everybody's going to face consequences, and Trump is not going to be the only one that gets away, while everybody else is held account. What else you got?
The home renovation show Rehab Addict has reportedly been canceled after the host, Nicole Curtis, was allegedly using racial slurs on set while filming. The network representatives have not released the full details, but sources do say that production halted immediately following the incident. Curtis has not publicly addressed the cancellation, but saying Ian's fart, that's kind of crazy.
I don't even know. I was listening to Charlemagne the other day, and he was talking about it, and I don't understand. I mean, he said he used ChatGPT to look it up, and they said it was a normal saying in the white community. So they're sitting around saying this shit all the time. It's pretty crazy, man. But this is the America we're dealing with, man. I'm happy she was fired, but she said it really comfortably. So that means this is something that she says all the time at home. These people are saying it N-word fart. Really? Like, dog. Oh, man. Then I see people online. Well, you guys say it all the time on albums, so it's okay. Like, man. Dog, I'm so sick of racism, man.
Is it okay to jump off the bridge just because your friend did it?
Nah, man. The best analogy with that is your homegirl. She's a bigger girl, and she's calling herself fat. Do you think you can come up there and call it the same thing?
No.
You know you can't. You're gonna hurt her feelings, regardless if she's saying it about herself or not.
Right.
You can't do that. Yeah, you sure are fat. You can't do that in any situation. So I don't know why they think that it's different for anything. Oh, you guys said it, so we can. You guys make songs, so it's cool. Yeah, I wish it wasn't used in songs as much anymore. But hey, whatever. My main thing is this, man. We have, it's so much craziness right now. The comfort that people are so comfortable being racist today. It's just crazy. They're okay. Everybody's just outwardly racist and crazy right now. Like, I don't know. I don't understand what's going on. But this is what's happening right now, man. Everyone's on edge, being as racist as ever. You saw Megyn Kelly's rant. I don't have a video, but she ranted about the Super Bowl halftime. Pissed off that it was in Spanish. Pissed to the highest.
Mm-hmm.
How could the NFL have the audacity to have someone that doesn't speak English? Like, dude, man, oh man, this shit is ridiculous, man. I don't understand the hate that these people have. She said there's no need for a black national anthem. Like, other people can't be represented in this country. I don't get it. So does that mean while you are getting on your own community about accountability, no one else's community has ever taken any accountability whatsoever? Huh? I'm not sure what you're talking about, brother. This is what happens when one party focuses on race like the Democrats do. Huh. That's crazy, because I don't know of any Democrats ranting that there was another race on TV.
Right.
I've seen plenty Republicans mad, and then you guys always talk, well, Democrats always talking about race. But the people who are upset about people existing are Republicans. Like, you to say like, oh, we want to thank the black people who have done a lot to build this up.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to thank black people. Oh, and they're bringing up race again. That's y'all. You going to get on TV. Oh, I hate those people speaking Spanish. That's fine, though. But me acknowledging that the black racism. People or some other people are doing something for their neighborhood, or they're doing something in sports, or a woman becoming the first, just like a guy online, he said, oh, this, why they got to always celebrate black people first? Because it was the first black hockey girl going over and playing hockey in the Olympics. Why you always got to talk about the first black? This is the reason why racist. Dude, acknowledging someone race is not racist, stupid. It's being upset about it is the people that's racist. Just acknowledging who they are and what they represent is not racist. But it's racist to you because you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear about other people who are a different skin tone. You think they should never bring up their skin tone because you want to see it as, like these people love to say, colorblind. And I think that's disrespectful to people who say that. Oh, you don't see my fucking color? You should see my color and you should respect my color. That's what it should be, easily. But we got all these people who racist. They saying all these racist things. I'm happy she got fired, though, because that's what the fuck she gets. Right. But go on, get to the next one.
Moving on. President Donald Trump has ended federal incentives tied to the automatic engine start-stop technology. The feature that shuts off the engines at red lights to reduce emissions. Administrative officials are saying that the move targets regulations that they call unnecessary and unpopular with drivers. And environmental groups are warning that the rollback could increase fuel consumption and emissions.
Man.
As Trump dubbed it, the Obama switch.
Yeah, that's what they love to do. You blame it on Obama, and you automatically know. Go ahead, switch. You already know that they're gonna hate it.
Yep.
Just put Obama name on it. They're gonna hate it because they hate Obama. You know, that's the way it works. But it's so stupid, and he can try to put these federal laws to supersede what the states are trying to do. But the problem is this: states like California, who already have forward-thinking regulations when it comes to these cars, they lead the way. So regardless of what the federal government says, if California has implemented high EPA or miles per gallon for a certain year, if they say we need the cars to be this by 2030, the car companies are going to follow what California says, because believe it or not, that's where the most cars are sold. They set the precedent. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, I'm feeling better, much better. Thank you.
So the precedent is going to be met by California. So regardless if the Trump tries to put in new laws to try to curtail everything that we're trying to do to save the environment, you know, these people, they love America so much, but they don't give a fuck about their environment of America for some reason. It's weird as hell. They love America, but they want us all under black smokestacks, all coughing up our lungs and dying from fucking cancer. Like, I really don't get it. You love the country. You say you love outdoors, but then you get in a car that has a muffler that puffs out black smoke because you don't believe in trying to save the environment. Like, it's the dumbest shit. These people are the fucking weirdest people, man. Where they stand is just silly as hell. They don't believe in saving the environment, but they love the great outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
They love hunting, but they don't give a fuck about their environment. You know that if the environment goes to shit, then hunting is gone. You know that, right? Good outdoors is gone. Fishing is gone because you're going to have fucking mercury and all type chemicals in the fucking water. They want companies to be able to just do whatever the fuck they want to, put radiation all in the fucking lakes. Like, I do not understand how people are behind what these people are doing. You're okay with companies being able to shit all over our fucking land? You're cool with that? I really don't get it. I do not get it. And you say you're proud to be America. You're proud to be the outdoors. You love the great land. But then we say, all right, let's try to do something to stop polluting the land. And y'all like, no, that's just too far. Too many regulations. We don't want to do that. Too many regulations. No, we want black smoke coming out of our mufflers. We don't care about the land. That's all made up. Blow it up, tear it up. Even though we see neighborhoods. I was watching a neighborhood in St. Louis. Everybody has to move out of the neighborhood. Houses are condemned because these companies have polluted the land with chemicals.
That's crazy.
And but you don't want to put in any rules to stop these companies from fucking destroying places? People's homes have to be torn down. They're going to have to wait years to be able to build something on those lands again. And you're okay with that? You want these companies to just, dude, I don't understand it. How can you be so against saving the environment? But that's MAGA. That's what, like, right. You're woke. You're woke. Too woke. You hippie, tree hugger. Like, these people have been against the environment since the fucking 60s and 70s. They don't care. It's weirdos. What's your next story?
For sure. Homeland Security Secretary of Security Kristi Noem spoke in Arizona this week, calling the past election problems in the state an absolute disaster while pushing for stronger security measures nationwide. Her remarks focused mainly on voter ID rules, ballot tracking, and federal state cooperation ahead of the upcoming 2026 midterms.
So it's saying she was trying to cheat or what?
She basically saying that Arizona doesn't know how to do their elections, pretty much.
Yeah.
Calling our elections a disaster.
Man. I mean, you all know they hate to be called fascists. They don't like it. They get upset. They get pissed off when people call them that. They say it's the reasons for all the problems because people keep calling them things that they're acting like. No one in history, even Gore, you remember? And I mean, some of you don't remember. You're too young. 1999. Gore, Bush. A lot of smoke, man. We had the hanging chads. We had votes being found in churches, supposedly. Had a lot of bad stuff going on, man.
I remember people were mad that Al Gore lost.
Yes, a lot of people were pissed off. A lot of people didn't think that Al, they thought Al won.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a lot of shit behind that. But what Al Gore did, it says, I went on, I relent. Um, Bush won, and we're
He
gonna go with
conceded.
that. Right? He consented. He consented, and he said, "Hey, Bush won, and we'll go with that." He saved the union because right now we have people who won't do the things that Al Gore did and step up. He did concede. He said, "Hey, I lost." He could have kept fighting. He could still today. That election was stolen, but he didn't do that. All these years, he hasn't said anything like that. And what does Trump do? Every single election, even the ones he fucking win, he's crying. He's not doing what every president has done. Every person that lost has done. It's disgusting, man. And we watch this guy sit around and saying that all their election is bad. It's already people out here who think it's all rigged. It's so many people that think this stuff is a game and everything is a joke. And Republicans and Democrats, two birds, same wings, some whatever stupid shit they be saying. This is what the conspiracy theories think. They think that it's that the president is already selected before we even vote. I mean, he may have, but at the same time, Gore did the right thing and did not try to tear apart the union.
Right.
And we watch Trump daily try to tell you that it's rigged. They're cheating. They're trying to take the election. And Christy Nome, Arizona hasn't had any problems with their elections. Why is all the problems come in when the Trump administration come? We've never had any issues before. Everybody's coming and voted in Arizona. We use mail-in ballots here, no problems. Now they want to ban mail-in ballots. They want to do everything they can to make it more difficult to fucking vote. Now they talking about you got to prove you're a citizen. They trying to get the SAVE Act passed. It's going to the Senate now. They're doing everything they can, man. They're doing everything they can to try to make it tougher to vote. Oh, I don't. Scott Jennings on CNN. I don't understand why you can't show your birth certificate. You don't have. I have mine. Why don't you have yours? Well, I lost my shit. I got to go get a fucking birth certificate. Go try to go run and find this motherfucker just so I can fucking vote. The fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck you. Motherfuckers got to prove they American citizens. Man, like, dog, this is the shit that Republicans are on right now. And it's just disgusting shit.
Right. Thank God Katie Hobbs won.
Man. Hopefully she wins again, man. It's going to be a fight with these motherfuckers, man. No, I'm not an American citizen. Fuck you talking about? Anyway. So it's craziness, man, that these people want this. But this is just to make it harder for people to vote. For some people can stay home. And like I said last time, the places he's talking about, Atlanta, Philadelphia, Detroit.
Mm-hmm. All black areas.
All the black areas. Let's focus on the black areas. It's got to be them. They don't know how to count votes, he said. They don't know how to do their elections correctly because you don't have a fucking chance in hell of winning there. Maybe because you're a racist piece of shit. Maybe that has to do something with it. Mm-hmm. Maybe when you call Somali people pieces of shit, all the rest of the black people was like, he's talking about me. It doesn't matter. Maybe when you call African countries shitholes, that black people were like, damn, he's calling the places I'm from shitholes. Huh?
Right.
Okay. I got it. Man, Tom, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. SAVE Act is not making it tough to vote. Yes, it is. If they're talking about people have to prove their citizenship to vote, then definitely they're trying to make it tougher to vote. That's simple. Look at this racist ass dude. No one's lying. What are you talking about? You don't have to have, yes, you have to have ID to register, my guy. To register to vote, you have to prove your ID. Even if you do it online, you got to take a picture of your ID and you have to show it to them. You can't register to vote without that. They give you a fucking a voter ID card once you prove who you are, your address, where you live at, your citizenship. Once you approve all that with your ID, you can't get an ID without having a social security card or a birth certificate. So showing the ID and proving the ID on the website is already proving you're a fucking citizen. Why the fuck I gotta do it again? It's dumb. You're just trying to make it harder. Period. So that's what's going on in the world. And we see too many people falling for this. Oh yeah, you just need get an ID. Like, dummy, that's what you had. Did you not register to vote? You knew we've all had to use an ID. Why are we trying to make it tougher? Why are we doing this? Nothing but voter suppression, something that's been used throughout history in America to try to win fucking elections. And that's what we are seeing from the Trump administration, period. And it's disgusting.
Pretty much.
But this is what they do.
Exactly. I mean, even border enforcement official Tom Homan said that federal immigration agents are now beginning to leave Minnesota following months of controversial enforcement operations. He says that the drawdown comes as multiple investigations continue into the use of force incidents and arrests connected to the deployments.
Yeah, man. I'm happy that Holman is able to see that they need to get the fuck out of there. The optics were bad. The public was against you. And they can blame and try to point the finger that officials wouldn't help them, but ICE has been working without other officials helping them for 30 fucking years. They never needed other people to help them before. They were able to independently find the people they needed to go after and go get them. They never needed local help because in these sanctuary cities, the police do not help these guys. They never have. Why was Obama able to do it, get it done without doing the tactics that these people are doing today? Every president was able to do it except Trump. It's just disgusting. But I'm happy they're out of Minnesota. I'm happy he took his National Guard out of all of the cities quietly. Quietly. He's seen that these are moves that the public fucking hates. People hate this shit. You putting police states in here and then talking about you didn't solve crime. You ain't solved shit. You lie. I have never shown a voter ID. Fucking A, man. So you trying to tell me you don't show no ID to vote, bro? You don't have to prove who you are when you show up to the polling station?
They don't ask you for your name, address.
Dude, you're a lying piece of shit.
Date of birth.
You're lying.
They don't ask you to see your ID so they can match
Yes,
it
they
to the
do.
paper.
Yeah, yes, they do. You cannot go in there and just willy-nilly go in there and vote. Stop it.
They have to make sure you're voting in the right district.
What are you talking about? Right. Because I've went to the wrong polling place before. And the first thing they did is try to look me up to see if I was on the fucking roll. And if I wasn't in the roll in that place, they told me, you are not enrolled in this area. You need to go over there. So if that's not what's happening, how the fuck did they know who I was? I could have just walked in there and just fucking voted. Y'all so fucking ignorant, dude. Say any fucking thing. That is bull. Exactly, you have to go in there and prove who you are to vote.
Exactly.
Period. And if you're not on the roll for that area in the registration, they're gonna tell you you're not registered to vote. Like it's crazy. Y'all say anything. Fuck. Anyway.
Pretty much. But lastly, meanwhile, attorneys representing victims in recent ICE shootings cases say that officials have fabricated evidence tied to at least one of the investigations. Federal authorities have already placed officers on leave after the video footage contradicted their sworn statements in a Minneapolis shooting case, and prosecutors dropped the charges against the man who was actually shot. Civil rights advocates are saying that the cases are intensifying scrutiny of federal immigration enforcement tactics nationwide. Whew. I mean, one lady in Chicago was shot 5 times by ICE, and they fabricated that story too, according to her attorneys.
Nah, according to the video that came out this week.
And the video, right.
Video came out this week. It showed them
And the
bumping
text
into her,
messages.
saying, calling her names, jumping out the car and said, let's get physical, whatever the hell they said. Like, so a lot of these ICE agents, they're finna pay the price.
Yep.
They're gonna go to jail. All these guys are going to jail. They think they're about to get away with this shit, but they're going to jail. Period. All these people. I know you people love it because you're cruel. You're cruel people. You're a cruel person if you're sitting there saying, yay, ICE. ICE, ICE, baby, you're cruel. And cruelty will come back to you. And when people have no sympathy for you and your people, when the shit happens to you, don't cry. Because you didn't have any sympathy today when people came for your neighbors. So this is how you guys think life is supposed to be. Then you online crying. Oh, we don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Just like you said to everyone else when they were going through it. So that's good. It's cool. Just don't cry. Don't ask for any sympathy, man, when the shit hits the fan for you and your life. That's all I got to say. I don't know why I think you're better than everyone. But things are going to get tough for you, too. All right, that's it. Yeah, man. So the main story today is these fucking Epstein files, man. This shit ain't going away. And I know Republicans want to do everything they can. Well, Joe Biden didn't release them. Obama didn't do it. They want to talk about anything else. Jay-Z was in them. Bill Clinton was in them. He's guilty. Everybody's guilty but Trump. Everybody was guilty. Everybody should face consequences but Trump. The guy who is the biggest one, naming the files the most, still don't want to do anything. Yeah, it was an Obama, somebody that was in the Obama administration too. They had to step down from their job. I forget where they work at now, but she worked in the Obama administration, and she had to step down because of Epstein ties. A lot of people, man. This guy doesn't have an ID. Are you an idiot, dog? I didn't say I didn't have an ID. What can you get in life without an ID? What are you talking about? Oh, goodness. So the Epstein files, man, the redactions and the fight over accountability that the Trump administration and all Republicans do not want him to face. We saw Pam Bondi this week go in front of the hearing and didn't even want to face the victims. Kept her back to him. Didn't even want to look at him. Disgusted, man. That's all she was just disgusting. It's crazy. Yeah, man. A grown man complaining about victimhood. Yeah, right. We got you, bro. You don't care about the victims of Epstein files. We know. You guys are great people. You don't care about
none of
women.
These people got women
that's
in
been
their
raped.
lives or daughters
Man,
or
these
nieces.
people are pieces of shit, man.
Sisters.
Pieces of shit, right? He's outwardly this guy complaining about victimhood. I would hope if it was your sister or your mother that was the victim, that you would be crying about victimhood too. What are you talking about? Like, dog, you motherfuckers don't have a heart, and you're just like happily, openly happy that you don't care about anyone. Crazy. I mean, that's insane. You don't care about the victims? Well, Pam Bondi doesn't care about them either. She agrees with you, bro. Fuck the victims. Pam Bondi doesn't care. None of these people care. Right. Good old Christian values. You right, Ryan. their Christian values makes them say things like, well, look at you complaining about victimhood. They're insane. Insane.
Very.
All you do is complain. Bro, we know you're not a father or a son.
Or brother.
You're a piece of shit is what you are. So we've seen it, man. We've seen what's going on with the Epstein files. And we're just going to keep talking about it until we get them all. They've released millions of files, and there's supposed to be millions of more that's out there, and we want them. Period. That's what we want. Today's main story is one of those stories that simply refuses to disappear, no matter how badly Washington may want it to.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to keep talking about these Epstein files and these documents, the releases, the redactions, the accusations, and the growing bipartisan outrage over whether the American public is being shown the truth, or is it carefully sanitized version of Trump's truth? And I think that is what we're getting here.
For sure, because what started as a transparency victory has now turned into a credibility crisis. Lawmakers, survivors, journalists, people across the political spectrum are asking the same question. Who is being protected?
Who are they protecting? And we all know who they're protecting. We all know who their king is.
Trump.
We all know why they are falling on the sword. We all know. And that's what Pam Bondi did today. Public crucifixion of herself.
Mm-hmm.
For Trump. For Trump. She's gonna humiliate herself. Throw away her whole career for this piece of shit. Pam Bondi should be embarrassed of what she did at the hearing this week. The victims there, she didn't want to look at them. She didn't want us to apologize. Terrible, terrible, terrible optics.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible. This is not about just Jeff Epstein anymore. He is dead. This is about the rich and powerful, the influent, who are never held to account and can use their fucking money and their campaign contributions to get away from troubles, to be able to get out of trouble, to be able to get out of shit just because you have money. Never face consequences. This is about whether wealth and political connections can effectively rewrite history,
Mm-hmm.
make things differently just because they have the money to buy out people.
Exactly. And most importantly, this is about the victims. Because whenever governments talk about privacy protections, there's always a tension. Are you protecting the survivors? Or are you protecting the reputations of the perpetrators?
The rich and powerful. That's all that matters. All these Trump voters, they want to sit around and act like this is a left-right thing. Nah, man, this is a poor rich thing to me. Because there's Democrats in there, there's Republicans in there. But one thing that we can say for sure about all these motherfuckers is they're rich as fuck. We don't know if everybody that's in these files has anything to do with it. And we're not saying that because we don't know. But what we do know is the people who have financial connections to this dude, all these monies that's being exchanged, these people should be held account for these things. Now that's a crazy conspiracy, Donnie Dynamo. I don't know about that, man. If I believe he's dead, but I don't know. That's a crazy conspiracy. But we keep fighting over Democrat, Republican. It's dumb. This is about the rich and the poor, the haves and the have-nots.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to go in, do crazy stuff on this island, and not being held account for the things that they done. All these people lied. Lugnick, I didn't have anything to do with him anymore. Once he got caught up, Now it comes out that he was hanging out with him and was on the island after he was caught up in the bull. Elon Musk, all right, he begged me to come to the island. No, the emails come out of you begging to come to the island.
Right, you begging. How
you
can I
begging,
get there?
when can I get there? What's the best parties? What's up? When can I come? Lying. And they're not going to, are these people going to be, if I would have lied about some shit like that, I'm fired from my job, I'm done. But since they own their companies and they have money, they're never held accountable. All this tension is now at the center of everything surrounding the Epstein file releases, the redactions, the bullshit. The Epstein Files Transparency Act was supposed to eliminate all the ambiguity. It did not. We got files that are double redacted in black and white. They don't want anyone to see it. Right, France rated them. Yeah, France, France is everywhere around the world is doing way more than America. It's like dude said earlier, the UK is putting people out. Prince Andrew.
Ain't nobody.
No one in America is really being held to account.
Ain't nobody safe.
In the UK. In Europe, they doing what they supposed to do. In America, we're protecting them. All these names were not being withheld simply to prevent embarrassment. We know that. But yet here we are, man, trying our best to try to get the files unredacted so we can see exactly what the fuck is going on.
But one of the most explosive accusations involves improper redactions. Representative Ro Khanna publicly stated that after reviewing the unredacted material, he found that some of the names of wealthy and powerful individuals did not appear in the public releases. That's not any small claim. That's a nuclear claim. Wealthy individuals are listed in these files, redacted, but not in the public release.
Right.
Who are they?
It's real.
Why are they being protected?
Why are they being protected? Only people that should have been protected are the victims. Why they keep protecting all these rich motherfuckers, man? All because they made campaign contributions to Trump's election.
Yep.
So they're doing everything to protect these people. Dog, Jeb, your name is Jeb, number one. And the number two, that the fact that you think that teachers can indoctrinate people into becoming anything that they're not, is just insane. And this is the reason why our public schools are being destroyed, because of people like you who believe dumb shit. Dog, man, y'all need to get offline, bro, and go read a book. No one is making kids being things that they're not. And the fact that y'all keep blaming public schools for everything that happens in y'all life and anything that goes opposite of fucking your beliefs is so fucking dumb. Like, y'all need to get a fucking life, man. For real, dude, it's ridiculous. Learn something, bro. Read a book, Jeb. Fuck. Oh, man, it's selective transparency is what we're saying, not full transparency, and it's ridiculous. We're not seeing all these files. It's selective transparency. It's just another form of control. They're trying to control who we can and who cannot see what the fuck is really going on. And the way these fucking politicians are acting after they're seeing the redacted files is something bad in them files, bro. You got Nancy Mace. You got others saying, man, it's bad.
And critics are arguing that the law was very clear. Embarrassment is not a valid reason to redact names. Yet lawmakers claim that is exactly what happened. Oh, we didn't want to embarrass any of the celebrities and individuals that are in here. We didn't want to ruin their reputations.
Yeah, man. They don't
ruin them. Right. I want to know who they are.
Right. Outrageous, obvious.
So I can know not to support them or their art.
Right. We don't want to buy any of their products or whatever they're doing. But this weighs obvious questions, man. Who made the decisions? Who's pushing this down? I mean, we know it's coming from the top, but we still have to ask the question because we don't know for sure, but we know it's coming from the top. But what criteria are they using to redact these names? Who is it that they're trying to protect? Why are they trying to protect all these people? Let us know. What am I that stupid? What's stupid? What is it bad for Clinton? So David, if it's bad for Clinton,
why is it not bad for
so
Trump?
it should be bad for Trump too, right? I really do not like you people. Like straight up, man. Y'all the dumbest group of people, man, in the history of America. If Clinton is guilty, then that means Trump is guilty too.
Because his name appears way more.
Way more. And also, Trump has 2 accusations from girls in the files. 2 accusations of rape. Now, no one's saying that for sure he did it. We don't know.
Because the accusations are loud.
The accusations were there. They were not followed up by the FBI as far as we know. We don't know if they were corroborated, but we do know that they are in the fucking files. Nothing like that about Bill Clinton is in there. But somehow y'all can ignore all that and say, well, look, Bill Clinton, look. Like, dude, I don't give a fuck. If Bill Clinton did something, put his ass in jail. But why are y'all fucking protecting Trump? Like, y'all straight up a pedo protectors. It's crazy. And y'all keep saying, oh, everybody else's name. Or what about Jay-Z? He was brought up in it. What about Clinton? What about Bill Gates? What about anybody but Trump, huh? Why, he's the president. Shouldn't he be held at the highest account since he is in the highest of offices? Right? Since how many people that have been found in the files has been working for Trump's cabinet? Annan, Lutnick, all in his cabinet. Another person from Florida who had put the bullshit case together, I think his last name was Acosta, that also worked under Trump. Why is he getting all these people from Epstein? I mean, just please answer those questions. Y'all just don't care. All these people that were a part of hanging out with Epstein get hired by Trump. It's not a coincidence. I know everybody else, oh, Bill Clinton. Oh, look, squirrel. Like anything to fucking, like anything, dog, anything. Like, you can't bring yourself to say that your dad did something because this dude is your daddy. And you can't use your own brain when it comes to your pops. Only what he says goes. Democrat males on girls' sports teams and girls. So change the subject is what you got to do.
Yep.
let's stop talking about the Epstein files. Let's talk about men and women's sports. It's like 11 of them in the whole world. But let's talk about them. Like 11 dudes, 11 trans people that's playing sports. Let's talk about them. I don't give a fuck about that shit, man. I don't have enough time to think about 11 people that's playing a stupid ass sport. It's dumb. It's dumb. I don't know why y'all care about it so much. And you call that pedophilia? You know, you have to actually rape someone, you know. Just being there doesn't mean rape. God fucking damn. Oh, y'all people are crazy, man. Hey, man. Hey, do what you do, man. You can sleep at night protecting pedos. That's fine. That's cool. But the fact that y'all automatically think just because somebody is trans and they're playing a sport means they're a pedo is just crazy, man. But this is y'all thinking. You think that people go get their balls cut off just for they can have for they can go around girls. You know, they get their whole penis cut off just so they can go into the girls' bathroom. Man, that would have to be the dumbest plan I've ever heard of in my life. What? You decided to be trans just to go hang out with the girls in the girls' bathroom,
Right?
And play a sport. Oh man, ridiculous, man. Y'all gotta focus. Distracted by nasty distractions to you, y'all. What is it? Whatever, bro. Trump cancer, Trump party with Epstein in 2017. Trump lied. Probably so, bro. Probably so. What'd he say? The host doesn't know his daddy. Wow. Gotta be racist, huh? I do know my daddy, unfortunately. Call Trump daddy. The host used to call. Why would I call Obama daddy? Obama did a lot of things that I didn't like and I didn't agree with. He did some things that were good also. He wasn't perfect. He did some things that I can say that I wish he would have did better. I wish they didn't go with Obamacare. I wish they would have went all the way and went single payer. I thought that they stopped too far. I wish we would have went single payer, but he didn't do that. There's other things he did that I didn't agree with. You can't say that about Trump. You guys can't disagree with anything he says because you know your pops would come down and spank that ass with that belt. Y'all don't want that. Y'all all scared of him. I don't have to fear Obama. I can say, hey, I didn't agree with things he did. yeah, you're gonna call him y'all called Obama the reporter in chief, but we got Trump with ICE going around asking people their for their papers, and he's not called the reporter in chief. Like, this shows you how goofy y'all are, man. Like, the way Trump has talked about immigrants and disrespected them, that's cool, but Obama's the reporter in chief. Goofy shit, dog. Obama did lower the deficit. He did. He had a big one. Bush had a surplus and blew it out of the water, fucked it all up. Then once the Republicans get out of office, what do? They start talking about fiscal responsibility. As every time they get in office, they blow the deficit out of the water, like Trump is doing right now. Right now, the deficit is ballooning under this guy. Do they care? They're not going to say a word about it. What they'll do is wait till a Democrat get in there, and then they'll be like, oh, the deficit. Look at the deficit. Oh, my God. The deficit is horrible, and Democrats aren't doing anything about it. That's y'all, man. Habari, do you hate gay people? Fuck no, I don't hate anyone. I got some people on my shit list that's called MAGA, but I don't hate them. I hate the racists. But not all MAGA is racist, you know? Some of them have a black friend. Oh, man. It's illegal immigrants. Whatever, man. The way y'all acting, everybody's illegal. We love people to come to America. You know that the way y'all acting, Elon Musk wouldn't have been here. You know, he's overstayed his visa. You know that. Or did he not have the right skin tone to be called an illegal alien? Because he was one. And he set up his businesses. He was an illegal alien. He admitted it. Immigrants do a lot of good stuff, man, when they come here. I'm not going to sit here and down all the people that have came here and built businesses and hired Americans. You guys have you have put your hate in the wrong place. There's no reason to hate immigrants trying to live a better life. They are not the reason you have a problem. The year of throwing all these people out, are your chances of getting a job any higher? Employment hasn't went down. In fact, the jobs have slowed. We've seen the worst job numbers since COVID. Like, it's pretty simple to see that throwing out all the migrants has not made your life easier. Y'all said we to throw them all out and we're going to be able to get better rent prices. I don't know why you think that, because you're telling us that they are on aid and they're taking all the government money, but somehow at the same time they're rich as fuck and they can buy all the houses. This is the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. They're taking all the low-wage jobs, but somehow they're buying $1 million houses and fucking up the market. It's the dumbest shit. No correlation at all. But this is the shit that's being said. Yeah, shit, I agree. I mean, we didn't need AI to tell us that, man. Dude is the worst president in the history of this country.
Right.
And we've had Trail of Tears from president. We had presidents put us in depressions. We've had presidents put us in Vietnam. We had presidents make horrible decisions. And this guy is the worst of them all. We had presidents that didn't free the slaves, and I'll still say he's shittier than them. Shitty president, man. Then came an even more disturbing allegation, man. Kana has accused the FBI of scrubbing documents months before the transparency law was passed. Removing survivor statements, referencing powerful men. Anything to not hold them to account.
That's a staggering accusation because it reframes the timeline. Instead of post-release censorship, critics are suggesting preemptive narrative control. Let's go ahead and scan through these and make sure that nobody's in here that we don't want to let them know that's in here.
Exactly. And if documents were altered before legal disclosure requirements existed, that becomes an entirely different ethical and illegal issue that the Trump regime will have in the future.
Yep. For real. And again, officials deny wrongdoing. They argue that standard privacy and classification procedures, but they distrust what remains. How?
Thank you. Who said that? Unity. Thanks, bro. We appreciate you, man. America busy fucking up people's country. Then when they run to you and complain, right? Yeah, man. I have to agree. What we did down in Venezuela was disgusting. It's just terrible stuff.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to do to Iran is stupid. It was just stupid. Dude, Obama had a treaty in place. Dumbass Trump decided he wanted to rip it up just because Obama's name was on it. Now he's spent the last his whole entire presidency, 4 years, and he's going to spend the next 4 years trying to get that deal back. Trying to get the deal back because his dumbass ripped it up. Then he's talking about going to war with these people if they don't do what he says. When we already had something in place to make sure these people were doing what they're supposed to do. Dumb, man. Dumb president, dude. He's an idiot. Venezuela is not celebrating. You're fucking wrong. I'm going to tell you why they're not celebrating. He only took their leader. The regime is still in place. Just because they're bending the knee and giving the oil to America, that's all America wanted. They don't give a fuck about those fucking people. The fact that you even think that they care is crazy to me. Fuck out of here. They don't give a fuck about Venezuela. They trying to take their oil. Take the oil because he believes that getting more oil is going to be the way that America has to go. When we all know that we're not going to be able to use oil for the rest of the fucking future.
Right.
We need to diversify our fucking energy supply. But he doesn't want to do that because he doesn't believe in fucking wind farms. He don't believe in solar. He just believes in good old clean coal. He's an idiot. Idiot. While the rest of the world, China, everything else is passing us up in the energy war. Let's go back to burning coal.
Clean coal.
Oh my God,
there
dog.
ever was a such thing.
Ain't no
that
such
existed.
thing as fucking clean coal.
Right. But, another major concern involves what critics call an inverted redaction process. Allegations that victim identities were insufficiently protected, while names of influential associates have been heavily shielded, redacted more than once.
Double redactions by the FBI, the black and then the white redactions. So if this shit is accurate, it flips the stated purpose of redactions on its head. Why do they exist? Privacy protection should prioritize the fucking survivors, the victims, not the rich, not the powerful.
Yep.
Not the people that gave billions to Trump.
Right. Even the perception of imbalance damages public confidence, because justice may not only exist, but it may also be seen to exist, which is crazy.
Yeah, man. Solar works anywhere. It just depends on the number of panels. That's right. And we also can build on the technology and make the technology better. When you invest in technology, you can get better at it. You can make the panels smaller. You can make them more efficient. You can make them better than what you're doing today. And we're not doing that. We're reaching back in the past to conserve a history that has been surrounded in pollution. We all know that oil is bad for the fucking environment. But we want to keep burning coal, burning oil, when we know that there's another way that we can go. They want to make it harder to get fucking electric cars because these people want to see the earth fucking explode. They don't care about the earth. It's just all about saving the fucking oil companies. Why? Because they gave them the most money. They gave him a lot of money. So he's going to fight for them. They are the ones that provided him the dollars that he needed so he can get back in office.
Yep.
That's why he did all that bending to fucking Elon Musk. Let him go into fucking government with Doge and go ahead and ramp Shaq and take all the people information and take it to his business.
Yep.
That's what he did. And that's cool.
Elon
That's
got
okay.
access to everybody information.
Yeah, because why? Without
Trump
Elon, he wouldn't have won.
Yep.
He wouldn't have won without Elon's money. He was losing in all the polling before then. When that money started going in, the polls started shifting. And it started looking bad that he was about to win, and he did. Then there's the strategy critics call trickle into a flood. Millions of documents were released in waves so vast they became nearly impossible to analyze. Yep. It was so many documents, you need a team of 30 or 40 people to be able to go in and look at this shit. Yep. And they doing this on purpose to try to flood the fucking the gates and overwhelm anyone who tries to go in here and just look at the fucking files.
Yep. And their strategy was transparency through overload. Data without clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
Yeah. And lawmakers are restricted to secure.
Switch.
Go ahead, switch it, bro. And lawmakers are restricted to secure reading rooms without staff assistance, which critics described as functionally obstructive. And it looks like they are surveilling people when they come in to look at the files and to see what people are searching for and who people are searching for. As we saw Pam Bondi with a photo showing the search result from one of the Congress people. Craziness. This is what's going on, man. They're surveilling other politicians as they go in to look in at these files to see what are they looking for. What didn't they find? Who didn't they find? What do we need to do better to hide? This is insane, man.
Yep. And the DOJ reports that millions of documents have been released, while critics are arguing that millions more remain missing or completely being withheld.
Mm-mm. The numbers, the math ain't mathing. The numbers don't reconcile. It's the suspicious natural gaps that are there. We see the information that's missing. So let's get into some clips, man, to show some receipts for some of the things that we were talking about so far. It's it's just crazy what's going on, man. Man, the fact that y'all have come up, let me say something about MAGA right now. Anyone that stands against you is paid. Anybody that has an opinion of you have a disease. Do y'all not see the pattern? Like, you don't see the pattern that you guys just don't believe anything? You come up with any excuse for anyone that has a different fucking mind state than you fucking idiots. We got to have TDS. Oh, we're paid people. Like, it's so stupid. Can't someone just have a different opinion than you? Someone has a different opinion. We don't hate people because they're speaking Spanish. It's a different opinion. We're not paid. We just don't hate people because they're here. It's pretty simple. We don't hate people just because what they look like. It's pretty simple. I mean, it's pretty simple. We give everyone a chance to be everybody should have a chance to do what they want, regardless if they're Hispanic, black, gay, trans. Shouldn't matter. It's their life. I sound stupid? Yeah, if you say so. If you say so, bro. This is what it takes. This is what America, man. If you read the Constitution, it says all men are created equal. Mm-hmm. And you people sit around trying to tell us how other people don't deserve the American dream, and I'm crazy because I believe everyone deserves a shot. And I'm crazy. Like, it sounds like the people that y'all always talk about, the fathers, the founding fathers, were a little more liberal, even though they had slaves, than you people today. And we know some of them didn't, Adams, but most of them did. But their writings doesn't portray how they lived. Mm-hmm. How they wrote and what they wrote down on a piece of paper is different than the actions that they took in real life. And you people are the same. You talk about everybody, you shit on everyone, and you think things aren't going to happen to you. All right, so let's go to this John Ossoff clip, man. He talks about Trump posting like a Klansman and being a racist when it came to Obama last week.
You're seeing what I'm seeing, right? The president posting about the Obamas like a Klansman at 1 a.m. You see our government transformed into a tool of one man's personal vengeance and power and enrichment. You see the president and his family rake in billions while Americans struggle to make ends meet. You see prices going up while jobs are getting harder to find. You see millions lose insurance and local hospitals shut services while the rich get tax cuts. You see masked federal agents kicking down doors without so much as a warrant from a judge, dragging Americans out of their homes without cause, demanding papers at police checkpoints, assaulting and even killing Americans with impunity from the very top.
I like Ossoff. I like what he's doing. I like what he's talking about. Stand up to these people. Here comes Jeb with some more dumb shit. Jeb, hey man, you making it hard for people named Jeb. We already thought that they were goofy as fuck if your name is Jeb in the first place.
Right.
You're doing it. You're making it even harder. We all know that the Democrats used to be in the South and the racists. But today, the Republicans are in the South and are the racists. Catch up. Anyway, so let's go to Ro Khanna, clip 1. Representative Ro Khanna did not mince words, man. I'm calling for Congress to haul in every person who emailed Epstein about visiting his island. Go ahead and run it.
Mr. Speaker, Thomas Massie and my Epstein Transparency Act led to millions of files being released that have shocked the conscience of the nation. Today, I call for Congress to haul in front of the Oversight Committee every single person who emailed about going to Epstein's Island. They need to answer some basic questions. Who raped these underage girls from working class families? What did they see? What did they know? What did they participate in? The American people are frustrated with the rich and powerful getting a different set of justice. There cannot be two tiers of justice in America.
Really?
And I will not rest until the people who committed these heinous crimes and this heinous behavior are held accountable.
That's real.
Mm.
That's real, man. It shouldn't matter that these people are rich. They cannot just get away with this shit because they have money. Thanks, Cap, for life. We appreciate it, man. We don't have to agree to have a discussion. But
This is a remarkable escalation. He's no longer talking about documents. He's talking about actual subpoenas. So let's go ahead and play the second clip of Ro Khanna, who says that they found more illegal redactions.
I went to the Justice Department this morning and I discovered 3 additional illegal redactions. First, there is a political candidate who corresponded with Jeffrey Epstein, whose name is redacted. Congressman Thomas Massey, in my bill, the Epstein Transparency Act, explicitly says you cannot redact political candidates or politicians. Second, there is a convicted sex trafficker who had alleged ties with the former Prince Andrew. That name is protected. Third, Leslie Wexner's name is protected again, and an additional man whose name they are protecting. I've alerted the Justice Department they need to make these names public as the law.
yeah. Love what Ro Khanna's doing.
He did a good job,
And he's
too.
doing a good job. No. I want to, this dude Swamp Main then came on here with this racist ass shit. Yeah, Lyndon B. Johnson did say some crazy things. And this was in the 70s, 60s and 70s when he said these things. But he also signed the Civil Rights Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Something that Trump today is saying hurt white people.
Right.
So y'all can use all this shit and all this ammunition from decades and decades ago. It's 26 years into the 21st century, and we're still talking about this shit. Because y'all can't come to today because you don't want to live who you are today outwardly. You're against DEI. You're for Confederate statues. You're for Confederate buildings, names on buildings. Just be who you are. Stop talking about shit from 1968 and just be who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You're fucking racist. You hate black people. You hate DEI. You hate illegals. Stop trying to blame it on Lyndon B. Johnson in 1968. Stop trying to blame it on fucking Civil War in 1867. You motherfuckers are ignorant, dog. You run around and you yell and scream talking about how much you don't fucking want Confederate flags taken down. You want fucking statues held up. Yeah, right. No DEI. You don't want diversity. Okay. We get it. You don't want, dude, this is how dumb y'all are. You think that just because it's black people, we're not earning our shit. And that just proves your racism. You think we get a job without fucking earning it. You think that we're just handed shit because we're black. Like, it's so fucking disgusting. Why the fuck are we so poured in? Make me understand why we're just damn near the poorest demographic in the country, but we're getting handed jobs for being DEI. But we're broke as fuck, don't have any homes, don't own shit, got fucking a third of the fucking wealth that white people have, but somehow we're getting handed every goddamn thing. It doesn't sound fucking, it sounds insane. Obviously, we don't have shit. LBJ took black fathers out the home for project and $50 wild. I don't know if LBJ is the one that put welfare in. Now, that's craziness to say, my bro. Craziness. And no one took the black father out the home, number one. Number two, some people, not all, made decisions that that their home was more important than having the man. Some people made that decision, but not all. Y'all try to make it like all black women just were on fucking aid and couldn't have it. Like, it's so dumb. But not everyone that's black is on aid. Like, I don't understand what the fuck y'all are talking about. That rule went for black people and white people and anyone who was on aid. If you had a man in the house, they didn't feel as though you needed aid. That man should be working. No one put in a law that says this is for black people. Habari Live, thanks for calling. Hold on. 1 second, man. Where's my Bluetooth at? You there? Oh. Why is my Bluetooth off? Yo.
Yes, I can hear you.
There you go, man. Sorry about that. What's up? What you want to talk about today?
No worries. I'm a huge MAGA supporter.
Okay.
And I just want to have a good spirit to debate.
Okay.
Defending my positions on why I think he's one of the best presidents in history.
That's a wild. That's definitely a wild opinion. Why do you think he's the best president in history?
Because I think the policies that he's implementing is going to extend the shelf life of America being the number one superpower. I'm pretty amazed at what he's doing when it comes to the geopolitical chessboard competition. Extracting Nicolas Maduro and having it transition to the interim president, Rodriguez. And on the very first day in power, she had aggressive rhetoric, defending her position on being a Maduro loyalist. And then the very next day, she was more than willing to exercise diplomatic alternatives to implement policies to benefit U.S. Business interests.
Right.
So that shows a great amount of strategic thinking, how to use America's soft power wisely, cherry picking Latin American countries.
Wow.
And the next target is Cuba, which he's executing, with great success, implementing economic warfare to cripple their economy. And I'm predicting that they'll be forced to abide by his demands pretty soon.
Yeah, they're in a bad situation right now. They don't have fuel. People can't fly to the island. They're in a bad situation. So they may be in a situation where they have to negotiate. But I'm not sure what we need from Cuba. I'm not sure how bullying other countries is going to make us better on the geopolitical landscape. I don't know how that's going to help our oil situation. It's not going to make oil cheaper. It doesn't make us look better. It make us look like bullies. And if our president was taken and someone came in, took our president out and just took him to jail, it would be war. What we did to them was disgraceful. Period. There's nothing geopolitical or anything that can say that was good, what they did in that situation. There was millions of different ways they could have handled that. Way different ways.
But I can't stress enough the innate characteristics of being the number one superpower. It's paramount that you implement soft power towards as many countries as possible in order to sustain the duration of it. And so what he's currently doing, I think sometimes it's delusional thinking and sometimes it's practical. For example, the idea of annexing Greenland is a non-starter. That's not going to come to fruition. But Iran, I think he's eventually gonna have to get rid of some of his aggressive demands and revert back to Obama-like nuclear deal with more stricter restrictions, so he can fabricate the optics of it being a win.
I agree with you there, because the deal that Obama had in first place was a better deal, and what he's doing now is just going to revert things to a place where we cannot get in there to see what they have going on, and it's going to make it worse and worse in the future. We probably just going to go to war, because they're not the type of place that's going to just back down from bullying, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just, I think it's going to revert to, like I said, Obama-like a nuclear deal with just stricter restrictions.
Yeah.
I predict that is only going to be one out of the three demands being met. Of course, they're going to lie about stopping funding extremist groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon and the Houthis in Yemen. They're going to, bold-faced lie, but behind the scenes, they're going to keep funneling it, whether it's through dark channels or whatever loopholes they can utilize. And the ballistic missiles being an option is, of course, not going to be considered, because now they'll be sitting ducks for the IDF.
So, what do you think about what Trump's plan is with Netanyahu in Gaza right now? Do you believe in their plans to put hotels in Gaza and run all?
Yeah, absolutely. Because they're moving slowly with the 20-point peace plan. The main obstacles now is that Netanyahu has to release the political prisoners, and the bigger hurdle is for Hamas to give up their arms, which I believe that 20-point peace plan is an undercover trap, because once Hamas give up their weaponry, they have no leverage, and
they're not giving up their weaponry, bro. They'd rather die.
But moving forward towards the reconstruction plan is going to inhibit Netanyahu's plan to keep continuing the collateral damage, trying to eradicate Hamas, because Trump is going to be more aggressive and prohibit him from doing so because of business interests. Now that U.S. corporations is involved to invest infrastructure there.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, the Jared Kushner idea of waterfront beach property is a great idea, because, like I said, it's going to prohibit Netanyahu to continue his actions, which from the left they deem as genocidal, but from a realistic standpoint of view, is just collateral damage.
Oh my goodness, brother! To call kids and dying women collateral damage is just disgusting, man. Collateral damage.
I mean, it's very. That happens in every war, sir, and it's very subjective, because
we have weaponry to be able to pinpoint from miles away. We can pinpoint and kill someone from miles. Israel has the power to kill one person from thousands of miles away with a missile. And we're trying to tell us they can't be careful not to blow up hospitals, not to blow up whole neighborhoods. They're doing those things on purpose. It's not collateral damage. They're really trying to wipe all those people out so they can use that area, so they can build new golf courses and hotels, like the person just said here. It's disgusting, man. And I hope that Netanyahu goes to jail for war crimes. What he has done has been disgusting. And the fact that Trump is in his corner and okay with what is going on, and these guys are setting up plans to do what these people still live there. And they're still killing them to this day, man. And it's just it's disgusting. I have to disagree. But thanks for calling in, brother. Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, just one point on that. I mean, we can consider the attempt to exterminate Native Americans a genocide, because 90% of the population was wiped out. But for the Gaza situation, I think the casualty, if I'm not mistaken, is around 70,000. And the total population there is 2 million.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do the math,
but I've heard that they've wiped out like generations of people there. Families, generations of families have been wiped out. So that's called genocide. Now there's not a lot of them. And what has happened to them, even to disperse them from their area, to get them to move away, is a type of genocide. Just to get them to move away and take their area, and then to kill the people on top of that. It's all disgusting.
So one more question.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, obviously there has to be a superior in the Middle East. If you don't want Israel to be the superior,
Mm-hmm.
Which country do you prefer?
I don't know that there has to be a superior, or if there ever will be enough coming together in the Middle East to have a person who is a superior. It's always going to be a battle there because their ways of living, their governments are built around religion in too many places. And until they decide that religion is secondary than government, they're always going to have issues. From the Muslims to the Israelis, they all live on these Zionist Muslim hate grounds, and they're never going to get anywhere until religion is removed from their fucking decision making. I don't care who's in fucking charge. I just think that the people who are in charge should be humane. And right now, most of the Muslim countries, and Israel is not that at all. They do not care about anyone else in that area, and they will take them out if they had the chance. And that's terrible. And I don't know enough about it to say who's the good guys out there, because there's so many people that are on the bad side. And I would put Israeli on that side also, because they don't do anything good to help anyone. And it's
so
like,
if Israel,
go ahead.
Sorry. I just want to ask another question. If Israel don't continue their dominance and neighboring countries, constituents, well, some portion of their constituents believe that Israel is not a recognized state.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is going to happen is if the Israeli government took the foot off the pedal?
I mean, it's very difficult. No one wants to see things happen like what happened in October 6th. And for those people, no one wants to see those things. It's horrible. No one wants to see people who don't believe that Israel should exist. But the problem is that we have Zionists in Israel who believe that the other side shouldn't exist. So when either side wants to give, I can't pick a side. Both of them are incorrect to me. I'm against Hamas. I feel sorry for the Palestinian people who just want to fucking live their life, but they're being led by a group of people who believe in the eradication of the other group. And both sides believe this. And once they come to a consensus that both of them should be there, there's never going to be an ending to the violence. And just taking them over and taking them out is not going to make it any better. That's just going to make people, all of the other countries in that area, hate Israel even more. Israel has taken a nasty direction as long as they've been in that area, and people did so much to put them there. And everything they have done has been disgusting since they've been there in the beginning, killing and maiming people. They were supposed to come out there with democracy, helping, but it's been ugly ever since they got there in 1935, 1940. And all these countries, Britain, America, that have tried to help them, and they have continuously blown up villages, killed people, taken out areas, taken out people with this Zionist approach that they want to have. I can't get behind it. I can't get behind Hamas either. I'm not picking sides. My point is the people that I feel sorry for, like I said, is the normal Palestinian people who just trying to go to work and live their fucking lives. And they can't, because they stuck between these two groups who don't care about them or their lives. But thanks, brother.
So
I appreciate you calling in.
Okay, thank you for giving me the chance.
No problem, bro. Have a good rest of your day.
You as well. Bye.
I don't have to agree with you, man, for us to have a discussion. Go ahead, take that down. The number, yeah. Well, I appreciate him calling in, man, and us having that discussion about, Israel and different things that's going on, man. Like I said, when it comes to Israel, I'm just one of those people I see it for what it is. And what I see is that these people are cruel, man. And they've been cruel a long time. You look at the history, it's nothing but cruelty. And they're going to continue doing it. The Talmud is book you should read. Yeah. All right. Yeah, man. It's craziness, man, out here with that. But let's go into this next video. We got Deja Fox discussing Trump-related allegations on CNN, bringing mainstream visibility back to the story many political actors appear eager to move past. Let's go ahead and run that.
And this is a man who has absolutely no qualifications to talk about who's going to heaven.
I really think I probably should make it.
But I mean, he's a 34-count convicted felon, someone who's been married and divorced.
A lot of sinners found God, did they not?
Liable for sexual assaults.
How many perfect people have there ever been? One.
When I think, what's top of mind for people of good faith right now? It's the nurse and the mom who were executed in the street by ICE agents, right? For standing up for their neighbors. There's something deeply religious and in tune with my values in standing up for the most vulnerable. And Donald Trump seems to only ever stand up for himself.
Does that apply to the unborn for you?
Let's be clear. We're not all going to face judgment at heaven's gates, but we will face judgment in this lifetime. Your children, your grandchildren will ask what you did when masked ICE agents invaded our streets, and you need to have an answer in this lifetime. And that's true for the folks at home, too.
She's right. Now, I see a guy talking about the Palestinian people elected authorities. The Palestinian people elected a terrorist organization. Really? You think the terrorist organization was on the ballot and they just went out there and just like, we select terrorists to be the next president? Are you serious? You can't be that fucking stupid, right? The terrorists took over with power, killing people, intimidation. They didn't get voted in, dog. Holy shit. They took it. The Palestinian people are fucking suffering because they're in between the people who are really in power don't have any power because the people who do are the terrorists. Some of those people don't believe in the terrorists and believe what's going on, but they can't say shit because if they do, they get their heads chopped off in the middle of the fucking city. So yeah, man, it's a tough situation for everybody, man. It's fucked up. And I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. What is the answer for those situations? It's craziness. And I see a lot of people saying that liberals are for Hamas and shit. Hell no. People are insane. They are more conservative than anything because they're trying to conserve their religion, conserve their old-fashioned ways of living. Hell no, man. I'm with new. I'm a futurist. I want to see things change. Change is good. Keeping things the same is insane. Why are we trying to conserve old ways? That is dumb.
Right.
But that's the conservative ideology. Keep it the way it is. Nah, man, change. That's what drives greatness. You see your mistakes. You see the places that we can make it better, and you do that. You don't sit around and ignore the hurting of a group of people because it'll make your life a little different. That's the way we live. This shows this issue isn't fading, man. It's keep resurfacing. People are going to keep talking. Now let's go to the Pam Bondi hearing explosion, man. Attorney General Pam Bondi now viral outburst. You don't tell me anything, she said. You washed up lawyer. I think it's
she
the
really
one
called
she
that
was
man
talking
a washed
to
up lawyer.
Rankin. Jeremy, there you go. Raskin, my bad.
Will you create a joint task force of the Department of Justice and governors and state attorney generals and district attorneys across the country to investigate the crimes that have taken place against these victims and more than 1,000 like them. The DOJ is not doing its job. Will you create a task force with state and local law enforcement to make that happen?
Gentlelady can respond if she wants to.
Thank you, Chairman. He called Chase Mulligan a wild goose chase and didn't even know who he was. He is a defendant in your own district who preyed on girls.
Mr. Chairman.
Well, you know what? If he were part of the Epstein investigation, you wouldn't do anything about it.
Online chat rooms and committed.
Called her out
Sure did, man.
real quick.
I mean,
well,
that shit
if he was in the Epstein files.
Right, go ahead.
But, that moment mattered because emotional volatility in oversight hearings always intensifies the public's suspicions.
That's real. She thinks she did something in there, but she didn't do anything but make herself look 10 times worse than she already did. Now we think she's so guilty. We think that the fact that she brought a burn book and thought that she could go up there and not answer any questions and just yell and scream, and that was going to make her better. You have to be the dumbest.
Yep. But Ted Lieu accuses Bondi of lying under oath.
Right.
That's not rhetoric. That's a direct allegation of her misconduct.
It's just crazy to see. It's crazy to see, man. But let's go to Thomas Massie and Pam Bondi and how they were arguing in her hearing. I think I named it Mass. You don't see what it say, Thomas Massie? There we go.
Did we play this already?
Did we? I don't think so.
FBI. Did you ask Merrick Garland that the last 4 years? Did you talk about Epstein?
I am reclaiming my time. I'm glad you're asking about Merrick Garland.
You don't get to reclaim
because
time
this
when
is
you don't,
bigger than Watergate.
When I don't answer a question the way
this
you
goes
want.
over 4 administrations. You don't have to go back to Biden. Let's go back to Obama. Let's go back to George Bush. This cover-up spans decades, and you are responsible for this portion of it.
And that's
now,
where the
I want to know at what point did the FBI and the DOJ decide that Lex Wessner was not a co-conspirator? Because our Epstein Files Transparency Act requires you, please put it back on the screen, please, to release the internal decision about whether to prosecute him or not, and it's not in the files, and it's not in the files for any of these other men.
Time of the gentleman has expired.
May she answer?
Jim Jordan did a horrible fucking job. He did a horrible job, man. Terrible job. Terrible. He was horrible. But anyway, Thomas Massie delivering what may be the most structurally devastating argument to Pam Bondi's craziness. Like I said earlier, this spans administrations.
Thanks, Lillian.
Thanks, Lillian. We really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Bush, Obama, Trump, and Biden, and I'll even throw in Clinton in there. All these people somehow was covering this shit up, man. Either the DOJ or whoever was in charge of making sure this shit was supposed to come out. They've all been protecting this dude over these years. And I mean, everybody sees that this is a systemic failure, and it's not a partisan one. It's bipartisan. Democrats, Republicans, it's been failure across the fucking board. Pam Bondi going in there yelling and screaming, acting like she's the only one when it's so many. It's so many people that didn't do what they were supposed to do. Now we have Stansberry. She went in and viewed the unredacted Epstein files about New Mexico's Zorro Ranch, where they say they may be digging up people because supposedly in the files, 2 dead girls were supposedly buried near this ranch. Now we don't know how true it is, but they're looking into it to see if they can find anything. But Stansberry, who is a member of the House, you can see that she's shook. She's a ranking member of the subcommittee on DOJ, shared that some of the reactions appear to be an evaluation of the law. which only permits the redactions of victims,
Mm-hmm.
it's very clear that the Department of Justice is covering up names of potential perpetrators and powerful people. The rich are getting away with shit like always. Go ahead and run that, Stansberry.
Hey everyone. I just got back to the Capitol after spending the morning at the Department of Justice reading the Epstein files, and it's a lot to process. There's a lot of truly dark, disgusting, and disturbing material in those files. And to understand the depths of depravity, I just can't even, there aren't words to describe what are in those files. But it's very clear that the United States government has failed to hold perpetrators accountable for decades in this case, with the original sin of failing to prosecute Jeffrey Epstein in 2006, when the FBI and the Department of Justice had the opportunity to, which allowed him to continue to abuse women across his properties and across the world. And
it's just sad.
It's so dark. It's so dark. A few things I want to say is that it's very clear the Department of Justice is covering up names of potential perpetrators and powerful people. As you're aware, Thomas Massie unmasked Sultan last night, and I can tell you that there is all kinds of disturbing correspondence between Jeffrey Epstein and various world leaders, including leaders from the Kremlin, involving conversations about women. There's a lot of redactions involving co-conspirators, many of which the FBI identified as assistants and people who worked for Jeffrey Epstein. Many of them were women. They were schedulers, assistants, but they were often the people that the survivors interacted with when they were brought in to be abused by Epstein and Maxwell and were paid by these individuals and scheduled, etc. I spent a fair amount of my time this morning looking at the files on Zorro Ranch. There's some dark stuff there. And I think it's really...
So they'll be looking into these allegations on Zorro Ranch. And they said that supposedly in the files of 2 girls that had been buried near the ranch. So they'll be looking into this. Man, this is getting crazy, man. This is getting crazy. Now, these files have a lot of shit has came to the light so far, man. Crazy stuff, dude. And from the looks of her video, Stansberry, it's a lot more that's going to come to light. Now, also Nancy Mace, she saw the videos. Now, we see that there's a lot of Republicans, Massey, Mace, who are saying that this is disgusting. And they're still being treated badly by the Republican Party as they want to try to get the truth out. But Nancy Mace's statement is a tough one. Go ahead.
It is. A Republican lawmaker said that you'd be shocked at some of the names in the greatest cover-ups in American history. That's a bipartisan alarm. Not fringe commentary. You should be very alarmed.
Go ahead and play the Nancy Mace video.
You would be shocked appears, that some of the names that I have seen that came across the DOJ in emails that the DOJ is protecting, and we're talking about people on both sides of the aisle. We're talking about famous people, rich people, people in power, prime ministers, former presidents, et cetera, media personalities that are named in these files. And that's why I say this is going to go down as the greatest cover-up, one of the greatest cover-ups in American history.
Greatest cover-up in American history.
And so far, it's proven to be just that. The greatest cover-up.
And like I keep saying, man, it's not about any bipartisan or partisan issue. I'm not trying to be just on left or just on the right. I don't give a fuck what party you in. If you went to that island 2 party, you need to fucking pay the price. And if there's any fucking allegations or proof that you did anything left, right, middle, libertarian, Green party, I don't give a fuck what you are. You need to pay the price. Just because you're rich doesn't mean that you should be able to skirt responsibility for the actions that this man and just, oh, he was sick, but I was on his island kicking it though. I don't care. But we need to do something about this, and all these people, I hope they hold these people to account. Now we got Jared Moskowitz. He was talking to Pam Bondi, and he said something about her burn book. I just thought it was pretty funny. He wanted to see what she had in the burn book on him. Go ahead and run that Jared Moskowitz video. It's at the bottom, yeah. Up, 2. There you go.
It's not true. Trump's name appears more times in the Epstein files than God's name appears in the book about God. And by the way, this is the Trump Bible. Trump's name also appears more times in the Epstein file than Harry Potter's name appears in the 7 books about Harry Potter.
That's hilarious.
Oh man, this man is named. Hey, his name is in the files more than God in the Bible. It's crazy.
Right. That's what took me.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. The line about Trump appearing more times in the files than God in the Bible is, like I said, that's insane. Hyperbolic, yes. Politically explosive, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. The man is in the files more than God in the Bible. More than Harry Potter in all 7 books. Like, this is ridiculous. And then they're trying to point the finger at everyone else. It's not Trump. Some people's names are just in there once, and they're trying to blame it on them.
Right.
But the dude whose name is in there more than Jesus, than God in the fucking Bible, it's got to be insane. It's got you got to give it up. This dude has something to do with this. How many flies do we have to see before we realize this is a piece of shit around here?
Right.
There's somebody shitted in their pants, and it smells like it's Trump. Again. Let's go to the next clip. We have Lutnick, who should be paying the price for what he's done, and all the names and all the time he's hung out. After it came out that he was doing these things, Lutnick still was on this man island with his family.
With his family. But Commerce Secretary Lutnick is refusing to answer questions about Epstein's contact. Silence often becomes its own headline.
Go ahead and run that clip, bro. Lutnick, I think, is at the bottom.
There you go.
People about your interactions with Epstein?
Did you have any financial involvement with Jeffrey Epstein?
Why did you keep contact with Jeffrey Epstein after he pled guilty to sex crimes?
Come on,
Still
kept
contact with you. What do you say to the Democrats calling on for you to resign?
Give us some space. Mr. Epstein, people of your
he's not going to resign.
Will you resign?
Give us some space. Give us some space. Why did you keep contact with Jeffrey Epstein after he pled guilty?
I look forward to testifying today.
Did you mischaracterize your relationship with him? Why did you say you found him gross but still kept in contact with him?
What do you say to those who are calling for you to resign now? Are you willing to speak to Congress about this?
I'm going to speak to Congress right now.
Do you expect to be asked about Epstein? Why did you mischaracterize your relationship with him? And in fact, Diane, he was asked
That
about
should have
Jeffrey.
just been an embarrassment.
He didn't want to answer none of those questions.
Not a single question.
Well, go ahead, bring me up. The reason why the Clintons aren't being asked these questions is because the Republicans don't want their answers public. The Clintons have said over and over that they will come to a hearing. They will answer all questions, but they want it to be open to the public, is what they said.
They want their hearing to be
And
televised.
so far, Republicans have backed off since they have said they want it all out there.
They want it televised, and Trump said, "Oh,
Yeah,
okay, no, we can't do that.
They're switching it up now.
Let's not do that."
So, the next clip, we got Marjorie Taylor Greene claims Trump called her a traitor and warned friends will get hurt for the Epstein files. It should say Marjorie MTG. Not saying it, really? Nuh-uh. Huh. Maybe I didn't bring it in. Jeremy Carl. Yeah, see if it's in there. Maybe I didn't bring it in. There she go. Yeah, I just did.
Jeffrey Epstein was supposedly killed. That's on an FBI form. That's not somebody calling in an anonymous tip or writing it on some deep, dark place in the internet. That's an actual FBI file stating what happened. And people are going to have to completely take in what they are seeing with their own eyes, what they're reading, and what they're being told. The reality is the Trump administration is not releasing the information. And I got yelled at by the president over this. This is why he called me a traitor. He called me a traitor because I would not take my name off the discharge petition, because I stood firmly and said, no, we're going to release the Epstein files. I'm standing with women who were raped as teenagers. I'm not standing with the government. I don't support the cover up of all of this stuff, whatever it may be. And the president got mad at me, and he told me, and I've said this multiple times, he told me his friends would get hurt. And that's what he told me. And then we're seeing a continued slow walk and cover up of a lot of this information. And I know that is why. I firmly believe that that's why it is being covered up. Look, Pam Bondi works directly for Donald Trump. She is not out there an independent attorney general. She can't just run out and do whatever she wants. She works at the pleasure and approval of the President of the United States. Everybody in the administration does. So does the FBI. They're under the very same pleasure and approval of the President of the United States. So when everyone's getting mad at Pam Bondi, or you can name anybody you want. The man at the top is Donald Trump. He's the president. And he's the one that was completely against releasing the files when we started fighting to get them released. He's the one that called it a Democrat hoax. He's the one that, he invites everybody to the White House, but he will not invite these women that have defended him, by the way. They have defended him and said Donald Trump did nothing wrong. They have defended him, yet he doesn't bring them in the White House and support them. But what you're seeing is if it looks like a duck, and if it quacks like a duck and it walks like a duck, it's a duck.
Or it might be a Lutnick.
Or
it might be a Lutnick.
That's real. That's real. It might be a Lutnick. For real, man. Marjorie Taylor Greene has been laying it out. That's why she had to quit the Republican Party, because they was coming after her because she laid out the truth. And they don't want to hear the truth.
Yep.
Regardless of politics, that language is stunning, that she's saying the things that she's talking about. Now let's get into Jasmine Crockett and her exchange with Pam Bondi. Should be Jasmine Crockett on them.
Fact number one, Donald Trump is one of the most named people in the Epstein files. At least 5,000 files contains more than 38,000 references to Trump, his wife, or Mar-a-Lago. Fact number 2, Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell made young girls available to Trump on multiple occasions. For example, according to this file, Ghislaine Maxwell presented a young girl to President Trump who spent more than 20 minutes apparently flirting with her. Here's another example. This shows notes from FBI investigators that describe Jeffrey Epstein transporting a victim to Mar-a-Lago to meet with President Trump, where he bragged to Trump that, quote, "This is a good one." Now, I'm not saying that the president is a pedophile, but there is a lot of evidence in these files that suggests that he's very close friends with a lot of men who are pedophiles. What's crazy about all of this, Valerie, while in office, the fact of the matter is that you will be remembered as one of the worst attorney generals in history, an attorney general who has prioritized obstruction over justice, corruption over the law, fealty to the president over loyalty to the Constitution. And Mr. Chairman, I will yield.
Jasmine Crockett is drawing connections between proximity and accountability. Again, perception of elite networks become the story.
Dirk Bite Juice, man, you have to look past your racism in your eyes and see that she's telling the truth. Like, stop it, bro. You're the worst. Stop it. And it's obvious what she's talking about. And you look past all the rape allegations that she just said about Trump.
Just named all.
And just start talking about her because you don't like her. The stories that she's telling was in the files. And to ignore that and to go in on her is ridiculous. She's telling you the truth that they are hiding. Now go ahead and play the second video from Jasmine Crockett as she breaks it down even further on this mess that is going on with the Trump administration.
You're spending more taxpayer resources arresting journalists than you are prosecuting pedophiles and creeps. In fact, your boss, the President of the United States, stated that this administration, quote, took the freedom of speech away. And at your direction, DOJ has arrested Don Lemon and Georgia Fort. And I might add that y'all actually had a judge that rejected y'all for trying to arrest Don Lemon before, just like the grand jury rejected y'all as it relates to Senator Kelly, just like a grand jury rejected y'all as it relates to Senator Slotkin, just like the case against Tish James was dismissed and the case against Mr. Comey was dismissed. I completely don't get how it is that you're sitting at the top of DOJ because you don't seem to be good at your job. You're spending more taxpayer resources arresting these journalists. In fact, we know after Georgia Fort and Don Lemon were arrested, we know that there were homes of journalists that were raided. We know that threatened prosecution against students protesting your actions and forced tech companies to remove apps used to track ISIS activities. But let's circle back to you protecting pedophiles and creeps, because I want to talk about the president and his possible involvement with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, I don't know what the president might have done with Jeffrey Epstein, but unlike this administration, I believe that facts matter. So let's talk about the facts. Fact number 1, Donald Trump is one of the most named people in the Epstein files. At least 5,000 files contains more than 38,000 references to Trump, his wife, or Mar-a-Lago. Fact number 2, Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell made young girls.
Next, we want to get into the cognitive health of Trump. We have seen the decline, and because of the way Republicans treated Biden, and because they also say it's a conspiracy that he has cancer after he got out of office, they believe that he had cancer in office and they was hiding it. Even though the dude didn't run for office, even though Democrats stood to get him out, they all keep making the conspiracy that everybody was covering up his health. Even though everyone was talking about it, that this guy is not going to make it. But they keep running with the conspiracy that Biden was hiding his health and doctors was doing it for him. Because why are they saying this? Because we know Trump is hiding his health.
Right. Where's Trump's
has
health records?
hijacked his health records, had the goons come in and take it back in the day. We see Trump falling asleep. We see Trump with the ankles the size of an elephant. We see Trump with blood spots all on his hand trying to cover it up with makeup.
Bruises and shit.
Falling asleep just like old Sleepy Joe did.
Yep.
So we're going to hold him to the same standards that y'all held for fucking Biden, since they are the same age. And we're going to do that daily. So the other day he came up and he was talking about his stupid ass coal and he glitched. Look at this. Go ahead, run the video.
Watch.
It should say Trump glitch.
Than me, and I'm proud to officially name the undisputed. Just when did this come around? The undisputed champion of beautiful, clean coal. We have to proceed. Always, I don't use the word coal. It needs a.
You heard that.
What was that?
You heard that. You heard that. What the fuck was that? Like, dude just straight up just broke for a couple moments. And you are sitting here and trying to tell me that this dude doesn't have some cognitive situations going on up there?
Right, Ryan.
Something's going on, man. It looked like something broke up there, man. What was that?
Right, a total embarrassment.
And MAGA's gonna try to he's the Bill of Health. He's like, he's like a basketball player out there. He's so great. Like, I don't know what happened, but he definitely fell apart right there. And we're not going to let it slide because you know what? Anytime Biden even closed his eyes, look at him. He's asleep. He's like, dog, dude, y'all were tripping. Like I said, you were right. And that's why Biden did not run. But this guy gets to be held to the same standard that Biden was held to, period. Now, I don't know. That was more than a stumble to me, man. More than a stumble. It's not evidence of anything sinister, but politically, the optics matter. And it does, like you said, like Thomas just said, he had a stroke or something up there.
Mid-sentence.
Right. So let's go to this next clip. Pramila Japal questions Pam Bondi and her craziness. It should be up there. There we go.
You apologized to the survivors in your opening statement for what they went through at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein. Will you turn to them now and apologize for what your Department of Justice has put them through with the absolutely unacceptable release of the Epstein files and their information?
Congresswoman, you sat before, Merrick Garland sat in this chair twice.
Attorney General Bondi.
No, can I finish my answer?
No, I'm going to reclaim my time because I asked you a
General,
specific question
Attorney General
that I
can
would
respond to your
like
question.
you to answer, which is, will you turn to the survivors? This is not about anybody that came before you. It is about you taking responsibility for your Department of Justice and the harm that it has done to the survivors who are standing right behind you and are waiting for you to turn to them and apologize for what your Department of Justice has done.
Members get to ask the questions, the witness gets to answer in the way they want to answer. The Attorney General can
That's
respond.
not accurate, Mr. Chairman.
Because she doesn't like the
my
answer.
time.
So,
you're not
Mr. Chairman, I have asked
Didn't
a
she
question.
ask Merrick Garland this?
I am
Twice
reclaiming
when he
my
sat in my
time, and
chair.
when I
will
reclaim
continue
my
to
time,
answer.
it is
Mr. Chairman, the
time.
gentlelady has
I'm
reclaimed her
not going
time.
to get in the gutter for her theatrics.
Wow.
Donald Trump made the release of the Epstein files the center of his political campaign because he thought it would benefit him. Then you got into office, Attorney General, claimed to have a client list, only
Regular
to
order.
then say that there was no list. Your deputy, Todd Blanche, met alone with Ghislaine Maxwell and transferred her to a minimum security prison. And now you continue the cover-up, and I wish that you would turn around to the survivors who are standing right behind you and on a human level,
Chairman,
apologize
Chair now
to
recognizes the
them
chairman.
on what you have done.
Time is the
I
gentlelady
yield
expired.
back.
The gentlelady, you have no time to yield back. We appreciate that. We appreciate
Disgusting. She wouldn't even look at those people.
Wouldn't even turn to
She'd
him and
even turn
apologize.
her head, her body. She would not apologize. Disgusting, man. That was some ugly, ugly shit, dude. And she's standing by that. But that is going to be your future. That is going to be how people are going to see you for the rest of your fucking existence, Pam Bondi. And I hope you like it.
That you don't care about children victims.
You don't care at all. That was ridiculous. Ridiculous. That was ugly, ugly shit. They're standing behind her and she couldn't even look at them and say anything. She just went to her burn book. And like also I said earlier, we saw that she had information from Jalapels and that she was watching her when she was doing searches for the Epstein files when they came into the room. They're saying they had an application and people were going into this application to search the files to see what they can find. And these people are watching them. She had a paper with all of the things that had been searched for by Pramila. Disgusting, disgusting stuff, man. Disgusting. I can't believe it. Attorney General Pam Bondi was photographed holding a document titled Jayla Pal Pramila Search History. The incident sparked intense controversy and allegations of surveillance by the Department of Justice, surveilling the Congress people, surveilling other politicians. These surveillance allegations, Representative Pramila Jayapal accused Bondi and the DOJ of spying the lawmakers as they reviewed unredacted Jeffrey Epstein files. Jayapal described the binder Bondi held as a burn book containing a printed list of every file and email she had searched for earlier that week at the DOJ. DOJ response, DOJ department spokesperson confirmed the agency logs all searches made on its systems to protect against the release of victim information. She wasn't looking for victim information, you stupid fucks. So what are you talking about? Why do you have all of her search history that had nothing to do with that on your list? However, the DOJ did not initially explain why these logs were provided to Bondi for use during a congressional hearing. Made no sense. But bipartisan criticism comes from the House Speaker, Mike Johnson. Oh my God, finally he says something. Fucking weak bastard. Calling the tracking inappropriate. And Republican representatives like Nancy Mace confirmed she also believed her searches were being tracked. Now next we got Pam Bondi called Representative Jam. Did we already do Raskin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we already did it. We had that one. All right, so that's it for the clips, man. But
yeah, I mean, one of the most powerful voices comes from the survivors themselves. We keep hearing that they are moving on from this, but survivors really and truly don't get to move on.
That's real. Because for victims, this is not a news cycle, man. This is their fucking life. This is their existence. This is their memory. This is what they have to live. And it's ridiculous, man, that they have to go through this.
It is.
And we have no one from today's DOJ and even yesterday's DOJ that has stood up against the rich to make sure that these people get some type of justice. At its core, this controversy touches something deeper than Epstein. It touches trust, how the government protects rich people. And Americans' justice bends for the powerful and the rich. Faith in our institutions is eroding as no one trusts these people to bring anyone to account that has money.
And once institutional trust collapses, everything else becomes politicized, doubted, destabilized, unrecognized.
That's real, man.
Anger becomes tolerable.
You're right, Dirk. Like nobody cares about the victims, the survivors, the children, the women, and it is sad. It shouldn't be. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, looting and burning. I mean, come on, man. But at the same time, it's sad that people are not doing things for these people. But we have people trying to make the president and his DOJ come out with this information. Release the fucking files. The Transparency Act was passed for that. The transparency is supposed to bring the truth, but the truth is steady being hidden by these pedo protectors. Go ahead.
Because transparency without credibility just solves nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
And accountability delayed often becomes accountability denied. No one is being held responsible. I mean, for you to call us a joke because we want the people who committed these crimes toward these women when they were young, you call us crazy for that? I'll be crazy. I'll be crazy. Call me crazy. Because I think that these people should pay, and their money should not be able to, shouldn't be at a pass for them to be able to get away with these things. Period. Now, I want to thank y'all for spending part of your Saturday with Habari Live. I want to thank Ryan, one of the greats that's here every week. I want to thank everyone that contributed, everyone that gave us super thanks. I want to thank everyone that spent their time here with us and spent the conversation. I want to thank the MAGA voter that called in today. We want to have these discussions. It can't just be violence and throwing out racism. We have to talk for us to come together as a country. We have to see the perspectives of different people. And that's the thing that people get hate. They were mad about the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl wasn't for me. I'm not a big Bad Bunny fan, but it wasn't for me. It was for the Latinos to have something for them, the Puerto Ricans. Every Super Bowl halftime show isn't going to be for you. It's going to be for their fans. There was plenty Super Bowls that it wasn't for me, man. It was for them fans. And it happens. And that's because America is a place where we live together with other cultures, and we're proud for other people to get their chance to be represented. And that's what made me like it, is because someone else was getting a chance. You never saw that. We've never seen Spanish Super Bowl songs. It's never been done. So it's pretty dope. That's what America is, man. It's been a melting pot since day one. It's always been about all of us, not just one group. And to see people like what was her name we was watching going off today? Megyn Kelly going off talking about we shouldn't have Spanish. It's ridiculous. Then she talking about how many, it's only 40 million people that speak Spanish. So you people are making laws for only 1% of the population that are trans, and you don't seem to give a fuck about that.
Yep.
And but you have a problem that there was a show for a small group of people, but the Latinos as a whole is a big part of this country. Just because they all don't just speak Spanish doesn't mean that their numbers should be diminished because they don't all speak Spanish. It's ridiculous. And then she also said it shouldn't be a black national anthem. Like black people who are 70% of the NFL shouldn't be represented. No one else should be represented except the white culture. They don't see the racism in what they're speaking. People can explain to them over and over again the racist connotations that come from the song. What is it? The song they sing before the national anthem. The racism behind the national anthem, people don't really want to see. No matter how many times we try to tell you that there's so much racist that's connected to that song. That's why they don't sing the third verse.
Yep.
You can sit around and say, but this is the way we feel. We don't feel that song represents us, because it didn't. And when it was put in place, they didn't give a fuck about us. So we can have our black national anthem, and you should be okay with that, because we're just much a part of this country as the white people. That's what we all should be doing, man. We should all represent. We should all celebrate all cultures, all people. I don't care if they're small group. We should be happy that those people came here and wanted to live in America and be a part of what we call this country that we all love. Stop the hate.
Dirtbike said you can't tax the rich because they employ losers like you for $10 an hour.
America,
I'm sorry, but in the 1950s and 60s,
tax the shit out of
rich
them.
people were paying 94% taxes.
And that is the time that they said America was the best, when the middle class was the greatest.
The rich paid the most in taxes.
Yep, and being able to buy a house was affordable. So, and also we didn't have deficits that we do today. When Bill Clinton raised the taxes on the rich in the 90s, that gave us the surplus. Republicans all fought against
Hated it.
But raising the taxes
On
is
the
what
rich.
fixes these issues that you guys are yelling about. But let's keep it, man. Let's keep it going, man.
And don't forget, become a member.
Yes,
we
please
have that option too.
Become a member, man. We appreciate if you guys would, a lot of people. It's very cheap right now, so become a member, man. And it's just helping us out so we can keep this building and keep this growing. Be able to pay our guy Aiden and everybody else that's working in the background to make this happen. We appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your Saturday. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy birthday to my old lady over here, Iesha. And have a good rest of your week until Wednesday. See you later.
Holla, holla.
Thanks for watching another episode of Habari Live. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get updates on news, the podcast, and more. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to visit www.habareentertainment.com. See you next week. Peace.